Afternoon everyone. Today you're joining me from my study at home. Slightly different feel and vibe of things today. I just want to talk to you about a product I've been using for the last 3 or 4 months, and it is Munch Baits. Now, the reason I'm doing this is I've had brilliant success over the last couple of months with this bait. I've used it several times. It has brought me fish, and I just want to share a few wee top tips that I have been doing with the bait. So, this is the Cream Seed 14mm bait. These are a shelf life bait, but in saying that, they are very soft. I mean, they break down in seconds. They are, as it says on the front of the bag, highly attractant. They are a natural food bait, highly nutritious and easy digestible. It's obvious that these baits are easy digestible with how soft and porous they are in your hand. They are nearly like fishing with a freezer bait, and to be honest, this has changed my whole world, because before I thought freezer baits all the way. I never really would touch a shelf life because they were all very hard, and I thought they would be longer to break down in a fish's stomach. They'll eat less, therefore less chance of a bite. These guys have changed the market with that side of things. I also have a matching stick mix. It's half empty because I've got the other bucket in my car because I've been making up stick mixes. If I'm fishing a bottom bait, I'll make up a stick mix and cast it out. Or even if I'm dropping it with a boat, I'll put a stick mix just to stop the rig tangling. I also have 18mm washed out pop-ups. They come, I think, in 3 colours. They come in white, they come in yellow, and in pink. A lot of people might think these are donkey chokers, but they will be a godsend come the summer when you're trying to negate the tench and the bream from your hook bait and let it sit there overnight. I've also been using the 14mm pop-ups. This is what I've spent most of my end of summer and start of autumn and continue into winter campaign with. These pop-ups are great. I have found, because I'm using seriously big hooks, I'm using, well, not seriously big, but size 4 hooks. I'm using those with bait screws, I'm using them with bait stops, I'm using them with swivels and stuff there as well. So it's a lot of metal to be popped up. They do pop up, but they don't sit up enough for my liking. So because they're a small bait, over the last couple of weeks, I got myself an ESP 4mm bait screw. And what I've been doing with that is I have been screwing into the bait, taking a bit of the 4mm foam, plugging it in, cutting it down to size. Now that has worked really well. It sits up the way I like it for as long as it's out. When I bring it back and test it again, it's still sitting up the way I had it. However, if you want your bait sitting that wee bit higher up in the water, which a lot of people do, I like mine clawed down close to the bottom, but some people like it sitting up almost like a hinge stiff rig. I came across these cheaper alternatives to some of the bigger manufacturers' zig rig kits. It's exactly the same. You get 6 zig aligners, you get 3 different colours of foam, and the applicator tool. That was £1 or £2 on Wish. I think it was £1.50 including the postage, and it took about a week and a half to get here. I've just been cutting down the yellow because it's very similar in size and plugging it with that, and it's been sitting up really proud from the bottom, and after bringing it in 14-16 hours, it's still sitting up really well. Another bait that they have brought out is the pink fruit. I have opened it and smelt it. It's a very sort of plummy smell. A really nice soft bait again. As I say, I'm keeping this for the winter, early spring, for when the fish are sort of either very lethargic and you're wanting something highly attractant on the bottom in terms of colour and smell, but also coming into the spring when the fish are first wakening up. I think that'll be a good alternative. The great thing about this liquid food is you can't overdo it. It's not a goo, it's not a glug, it's literally a form of food, a liquid food. I would usually, with 1 serving of this pellet, I think I have about 4 kilo in there, put in 1 tub of this. Now, this is about £6 a bottle. The pellet in there cost me around about £8. It is a mixture of halibut pellet and Scretton's winter feed. What I've found is, coming into the autumn, I've got 60% Scretton's winter, 40% halibut pellet. Once we get through October into November and the temperatures start to drop again, I literally have that down to a Scretton's winter feed so that the carp can digest the pellet through the winter. Now, what you'll find is this stuff soaks right into the pellet and falls to the bottom. I will turn it around and leave it sitting like that for 15-20 minutes, and I'll do that a couple of times in different directions during a session just to get an even coat of the liquid food across the bait. Now, sessions have been costing me very little recently, because obviously it's £1 or £2 for the pellet that I'm using, a handful or two. Some of the liquid food, which is lasting maybe 6 or 8 trips somewhere, and the cream seed pop-ups. As it gets colder, I'm literally finding 1 or 2 handfuls is enough. If I was in the summer, I'd be using that bucket for my session and topping up accordingly. However, at the minute, it's really not needed. And I found that with this Munch Baits product, if you do put in little, you are nicking bites very quickly. Recently, I've been doing some overnight sessions between shifts in work, where I've been arriving about 5 o'clock in the evening and packing up at 5 or 6 in the morning to come back, get a shower and go to work. This stuff has helped me get bites through the night, where usually you'd be having to wait till 6 and 7 in the morning, and I'd be away by that point. So I can wholeheartedly say that it's a really good bait. If you haven't tried it, try it. Use the liquid food and use the pop-ups over anything else, just even to try. Before I bought stuff in the range, I bought the liquid food, I bought the pop-ups, soaked the pellet. It worked so well, then I started to add other bits in, and I'll be honest, for the next at least season, I'll not be using any other boilies. I usually faff about and change from this to that, from different companies and whatever, or if something's going cheap, I'll buy it. However, this spring and coming into next summer, I will be only using the cream seed, because it's out fishing and outperforming everything else. I hope you found this couple of minutes video useful, and get on Munch Baits.